What's up, everybody? Welcome to Conversations with Nick Hall, where we cover some issues of faith and culture, and honestly, we just have a good time. I'm so excited that you joined us, and we got friends in the house. You guys excited to be here? Woo! Come on, hey, we're gonna have fun. Hey, we want you to hit up the comments. Let us know questions you have, things you want us to cover in future episodes. But quick intros. Right here to my left, I got Favor. Listen, she's got the favor on her life, and it's also her name. Listen, she's a freshman in college, and she's pretty fly. So hey, welcome, Favor. Man, we love you. We're glad you're here. Above her, Dominique. Dominique is currently, she's mixing it up a little bit. Part-time nanny, a little bit part-time ministry, part-time social media extraordinaire. Give it up for Dominique, y'all. Next to her, we got Belle. Listen, Belle recently did a cameo on Beauty and the Beast. But listen, Belle is a freshman in college. She's amazing, and we're going to have a fun time. Over here, I'm going to hit my man Josh. Josh is not afraid to wear the pink cap. He is bold. He's a man. Listen, don't judge him by the lid. Listen, he's the dude that can rock the J's and the pink and be no sweat. Ladies, watch out. Next to him is Emma. Emma, she just graduated college, landed a new job. Emma, high five. Props for getting a job. Let's get out of our parents' house, y'all. Come on, we can do it. Miracle above Emma. Miracle is a recent college grad as well. He is creative, he's into marketing, he's into fashion, he's got a lot of things going on. Miracle, his name is Miracle. Welcome. Listen, we're excited you joined us today. We're gonna have a good time. Let's keep going. All right, this segment is called Rate It. I want you to rate that intro real quick. How did I do? I was trying to bring in a new segment, but I don't know, I'm insecure about it. I need a little validation. You can be honest, we're friends now. Let me know. What, at 5? Okay, thank you. A no out of 10. Appreciate the truth there, Josh. 2. Miracle, I would favor. I feel it. I feel that after 7 and 10. This is the side that I'm leaning towards this side right now. My love and my affection is coming from over here. Thank you. Cheering section on the left. We'll give you money later. But listen, this section we're covering different topics of culture going on right now. Big thing happening. The movies. It feels like, man, the world's going back to the movies. Like, people are going back to theaters, or maybe it's HBO. Is it HBO Max? It's like, people are watching a lot of movies, people are going to movies. Over the holidays, there was a lot of big movies out, right? Yeah. I mean, what movies are out? You get Sing 2. What else came out? We got Encanto came out, right? American Underdog is an awesome movie about Kurt Warner. I took my son to it. But the big movie that literally has been like knocking out all the other movies, making all the other movies kind of look like they're just little kiddies at the playset, is Spider-Man. Spider-Man is back. He's back, and he is $1 billion just raking it in. Josh Holland is not suffering right now. I think we could be safe to say. I want you to rate 1 to 10. What do you think about Spider-Man, the new episode? Some people maybe haven't seen it. So maybe let's just say, what do you think about what you've seen about Spider-Man if you haven't seen the movie? Just to let everybody have a part. You hit the comments below if you've seen Spider-Man, or if you think we're pagans for talking about Spider-Man. We also want to give the trolls a role in this episode. So listen, hit the comments below. But let me know, who's got their rating? Who's ready? Emma, 4. Why 4, Emma?
Well, I've never seen it, but Zendaya's in it.
Okay.
I like her. Yeah.
So okay.
4.
So 4, even though I've never seen the movie, but I'm already at a 4, just because I like you. That's why you cast people in movies.
Sure.
That's why she's worth the big bucks. All right, Josh.
I give it a 10.
10. With the is that the Joker? I'm trying to figure out who that is.
Nope, that's me when I comb my hair out.
Come on. Okay. I like it. That's you at the movie, very happy.
Yes.
I love it. Living outside the box. Keep living into that pink hat.
Exactly.
Just not going to conform to the cultural norms. Not going to hear that people say you're weird or maybe you shouldn't wear that, but you're not hearing that.
Nope.
But I appreciate that about you, Josh. Listen, I'm going to head up here to Dominique. Dominique gives it a
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Why, Dominique? Why?
It was really good. Acting was amazing. Spider-Man movies, love them. And it was really fun to see all of the actors come together under the MCU movies. So it was really fun.
Okay. I'm going to throw back over to Miracle. Miracle, what you got? 9.5 on the Richter. Why?
Well, it was a slow start.
Okay. But
as it progressed, it was great. It was lovely. And my favorite part was towards the end, when it said, when you do good for one, you do good for all.
wow. I think I've heard your voice on Audible. Man, Miracle just bringing the depth to his review. I feel like Miracle, you could do movie reviews, like bedtime movie reviews.
Oh, yeah.
Like people could listen to them before they're going to sleep. Like,
Yes.
Spider-Man was deep, moving. You are loved of God. Yeah, you should consider it. You should consider it. Listen, I'm gonna throw back over here. Who hasn't gone? Favor, what'd you think?
I'm rating it. Haven't watched it out of 10.
I haven't watched it out of 10.
I actually rewatched all the Spider-Mans, and I'm gonna watch it, but I've just been on lockdown, so it sucks. But if I would rate it right now, without seeing it and all the things I've heard about it, I'll definitely rate it a 10.
Listen, I just appreciate that we have two people in the group that are not ashamed to say that they're culturally irrelevant.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. Listen, no. I'm just serious. But here's the thing. No, I'm not serious. But listen, a lot of people haven't seen it. People aren't comfortable going out.
Yeah.
That's cool. Or maybe just don't have the money. That's also very valid. Money is a big deal. I'm not. Listen, hey, I'm just foot out of mouth. Put the shovel down, Nick. Listen, respect. I'm gonna hook you up. I'm gonna pay for you to go to Spider-Man. How's that?
Bet.
Come on. Okay. Belle, what'd you think?
Okay, I gave it an 8. Favorite, plug your ears if you don't want to hear. And, well, I love Spider-Man, but I thought it was a little unrealistic because they had 3, but I still liked it.
Okay. Unrealistic because there was 3. Sorry if you don't know what that is. Basically, she's just alluding to the power of the Trinity. Mm-hmm. Just it's a scriptural reference. Yeah. You don't need to know if you haven't seen it. We'll just leave it there. Yeah. I'm also gonna go with 3, also for the same reason, because there was 3. There was 3! If you haven't seen it, you don't know what I'm talking about, but there was 3! And it may be like, how can you rate it 3? Well, this turns into an 8 real easy. See what I did there? That's special effects. No. That's what happened. Right there. Mic drop. This is rated. Hit the comments below. Let us know what you think about Spider-Man or the movies or being Amish. Check it out. So right now we're gonna talk about resolutions. It's a new year. Hey, new year, new you. You can do it. You can do it. We believe in you, right? Yes. Right? Yeah, man. You're watching this. It's a new year, 2022. Man, I know a lot of people thinking about resolutions, thinking about what they want to change, things they want to see differently. And so we're gonna start here, but I want you to hit the comments below. Let us know some resolutions you have for this year. Like, man, I don't want to miss the next episode. You know, that could be your resolution. You're like, I just love these guys. I have to catch the next one. But we're going to start over here. Miracle, any resolution for you this year?
Yeah, this year I'm really trying to grow, you know. And I think what it'll take for that is for me to read 1 book a month.
A book a month. I like it. Book a month. All right. Props, respect, challenge accepted. Josh, what about you, man?
Actually, kind of in the same boat as him. I was just aiming to read more because, like, I have a stack of books that I just haven't started, and they're all good. But, like, I just need to get the ball rolling, you know?
Okay.
So just kind of take some time to just read every day.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate that. All right, Emma.
Drive less miles.
Ooh.
I drive a lot, too much.
Where do you go?
Is this like caring for the environment, less miles, or this is more like...
My car.
Gas.
Paying for my car and my wallet with gas and stuff. So.
Okay. Does your car have a name?
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
Oh.
It might help. It might. I'm just a little tip. You know, name your car.
Mm-hmm. Do I care
Then you'll be like, I don't want to use you so much. And you can be like,
I'll try it.
bro or girl. Hey girl, I don't want to like. I want to be easy. You know, like I don't know. I'm just think about
It's
it.
helpful. Honestly.
It's just anything. Hey, Favor, what you got?
I think mine's to grow. I mean, more in discipline and just discipline in everything that I do. You know, college is college.
Yeah.
But just in everything and you know, keeping my body as a temple and growing in that and just be disciplined in my relationship with God, my relationship with my parents, my family. Just growing discipline, honestly, because that's been tough for me. So
Cool. Come on, discipline.
yeah.
I like it. Dominique.
Yeah. I've tried really hard to do well with New Year's resolutions, but it hasn't gone the best in the past. I just like fall off of it really fast. So I kind of started this the week before the New Year started. I'm trying to like write things I'm grateful for every morning and just make sure I'm being intentional with the time I'm spending in the Word, because my days are way better when I do that compared to when I don't. So
That's
good. Love that.
Buy less clothes.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's facts.
Yep. Buy less clothes.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a good one.
Is it like buy less clothes in general, or you're like more I want to hit thrift shops or savers
Yeah,
or
she's like thrift. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I want to start thrifting more, but like just buy less clothes in general.
That's good. We got like some environmental friendly things going on here. You know, read the books I already have. You know, drive the car I have less.
Oh yeah.
You know, buy less clothes. That's good. That's good. This is challenging. I don't know. I want to encourage you with a couple tips as we think about these. Okay, but first I want to go back to some of these things. So, Favor, you mentioned discipline. Are there specific things you want to be disciplined in, or just discipline in general?
I would say discipline in general, but also specific things in my life. I would say for school, just even days that I don't have motivation to do it, just doing it, because I know that at the end of the day I'm doing it for the glory of God, and I'm trying to get my education so I can use it to just further the kingdom in whatever way, when I get that college degree. And so just having that as my having that be my motivation, and also making my parents proud, and discipline, and like spending time with my family, because like if this year and the whole pandemic has taught us anything, it's like people can go anytime, and I think that's what's so special, and also like scary, but this life that we live, God has the power of life and death in his hands, and when he decides to call us home, he calls us home. And so just like spending time with the people I love and being intentional in that, and calling people. I do this thing now, when I think of someone in my head, I just immediately text them. And so, because I always forget, I'm the worst responder. She knows.
The way she nodded it.
Man, I thought she hated me. I didn't know.
She was like,
I just thought this is gonna be an intervention right now. But listen, I want to say this. Okay, so maybe you're there and you're watching this, you're hearing us, and you're like, man, I need help with this. Maybe you're like Dominique, you're like, I'm not good with resolutions. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a couple tips. Okay, is that okay? We'll give a couple tips of how we can, how do I read more? How do I read the books I have? How do I be practical? Not driving my car as much, or having broader goals than just not driving my car as much. I just want to encourage you with a couple things. Number one, it's so important in all of life that that Jesus is number one. So I'd encourage every one of us and the people watching to have a goal about your faith this year. Have a goal about growing more time in the Word, more time in prayer. Like, be specific and write it down. Okay? There's something powerful that happens when we write something down and we put it someplace that we're gonna see it. Yeah. So like something that I like to do is I write down some goals at the beginning of the year. I put them on my mirror. Okay? So then every day when I wake up, I'm seeing those goals. Last year I had 3 goals for the whole year, and literally I would check in on those goals over and over and over again. And the bad thing about that is those goals were staring me in the face when I wasn't doing them. So it made me feel bad some days. But the good news is, because they stayed in front of me, by the end of the year I said, man, I hit all of those goals last year. I mean, that feels good, right? So I want to say this, man, you will not achieve any goal that you don't take the time to write down and realize that's a goal. Seems pretty obvious, but it's like, I want to do this, but you don't put it in front of you and you don't do it. So it's like, man, if you haven't taken the time to write it down, then you're not going to achieve it. Because, man, you're not being specific and you're not keeping it in front of you. Because I've done this before. We start with this good intent. I want to read more books. Time passes. I ain't read a single book, right? So it's like, man, take a small step. Start with writing it down. But as it relates to God and putting God first, makes me think of Joshua chapter 1, when Moses came to Joshua and said, be strong and courageous. And he says, don't let this book depart from your mouth, but meditate on it day and night. And then you'll be prosperous and successful. So goal number 1 is, man, God, I want to put you first. I want to keep you in front of me. I want to have an appetite for you. It also reminds me of Jesus when he said, seek first the kingdom, and all these things will be added unto you. I think God wants us to be prosperous. He wants us to live an abundant life. He wants to have joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness. But it starts with putting him first. So write down the goals. Make sure number 1 goal is something about Jesus and your faith, okay? Number 2, beyond writing down those goals, is tell somebody else your goal.
Yeah.
Challenge them. Hey, what's your goal? Man, I haven't thought about it yet. Tell Dominique, you're saying, man, I want to work on this. Hey, maybe you don't want to text with Favor because she won't hit you back, but maybe you can grab Belle and listen. But here's the thing: we need each other, right? We need each other.
Yeah.
Accountability is powerful. So write it down, include other people, and then have some check-ins. Okay? Tell as many people as you can your goal and have them check in on you. And listen, before you know it, you're going to start hitting some of those goals. But little grace, when you don't hit your goal, don't beat yourself up. Man, we're all on a journey. It's hard out there. Life's tough. Things happen. But man, if you keep it in front of you and you put God first, he's going to bless it. And he's going to take us further this year, closer to Jesus, making him known, living for revival, living for the things of God, man, than we've ever done before. And that's what I want. Every year I'm like, I want more of you now than I've ever had before. So let's go after Jesus. All right?
Yeah.
So this segment is called Make Jesus Known. We want to challenge and equip you to make him known everywhere. And this summer, June 24th and 25th, we booked the Cotton Bowl for one of the largest equipping and commissioning events in history. So you need to be there. Now, this segment, we have a special guest that we're going to welcome on right now. I want you to give a warm welcome for my friend, and somebody I look up to, somebody who's making Jesus known everywhere he goes. Give it up for Francis Chan. Francis, how you doing, man? How's it going in California?
It's good. It's cold. Everyone's got COVID. It's great.
Love it, man. Love it. Well, hey, I'm going to ask you this simple question. How do you make Jesus known?
Wow, that's a huge question. I mean, there's so many different ways. I guess off the top of my head, I just make myself inseparable with him. Like I just try to truly be one with him all the time. And then as far as my actions, I mean, sometimes it's, like last week I went door to door, in my city and with some high school students, actually, no, college students. And we went door to door just in twos and just we gave out like Christmas, post-Christmas gifts and just asked if we could pray for people and just built relationships with people, shared the gospel with them. But all of that is like nothing if you're not living it out and you're not actually sacrificing in your life. And so I think the key in all that is I build relationships with people is to live a life that shows that I really believe what I say. I think it's also huge to be a part of a local church and truly be church with them. Because Jesus says in John 17, it's when we love each other that deeply that the world will know that he really is the Messiah. And so apart from one another, we don't have that much of a witness. And so we have to be growing deeper and deeper in true relationship with others in the church.
Man, that is so good. I just makes me think of John 15, right, where Jesus invites us just to that abiding life. And man, if you abide with me, you will bear much fruit. Yeah. And I also love how you're talking about the consistency, right? Like if I'm talking this, then I should be living it. And I think it's honestly, it challenges us. Like when I share my faith, I start to own my faith. And so, man, I want to thank you for sharing that example and the challenge of like, are we close to Jesus? I want to invite those of you watching to hit the comments. Let us know how you make Jesus known, or let us know how you struggle, and we want to encourage you. So hit the comments below. Right now, I'm going to ask another question here, Francis. Listen, a whole generation is wanting more, right? We want more than the status quo. We don't want to be like everybody else. We want to be a part of something bigger than ourselves. Like you see this manifest, right? As young people are filling our streets and protesting injustice. Or you see it on social media as people are so vocal about the issues that they care for, passionate about, whether it's, the pandemic or whether it's some cause in a community. I want to ask you, Francis, you have kids and you've also lived this out. How would you challenge and encourage this generation. It's one thing to encourage us how you make Jesus known, but how would you encourage us to live a life and to cultivate those attributes that help us actually do that through our own voice, through our own hands and feet? That we're not just watching other people do it and saying, wow, they're awesome, but we're actually saying, man, God, I want you to use me too.
It's very easy for all of us to say, I wish I had more. I wish I was closer to Jesus. One of my favorite quotes is from A.W. Tozer, where it says, every man is as close to God as he wants to be. And so you can't say, oh, I wish I was closer to God. If you really wanted to be closer to God, you would be. You would get up earlier. You would be in his word more. It's very easy to say, I want more, but then when it comes to the actual discipline and sacrifice, the Bible talks about making every effort and this striving. For example, a month ago, I saw a friend of mine, David Platt. He was preaching, we're team teaching, and he just starts quoting the book of Romans, like 4 chapters. I'm like, whoa, just so fast. And I was like, gosh, I wish I memorized scripture. And then it hit me. It's like, I can't say that, I need to just memorize scripture. And so in the last month, I memorized the book of Ephesians, because I hate just waking up and reciting and reading and, but it's like, no, if I say I want this, then I'm going to go after it. I'm going to do it. And so when we say, I want to know the Lord better, what are you willing to give up? Are you willing to shut off your phone for a month? Well, I don't want to know that. There's sacrifices that we make, and then if you want to, make Jesus known, what are you willing to sacrifice? Reputation. I just remember when I was in high school, and my youth pastor challenged me, to share the gospel at least twice a week on my campus, at least twice a week. And every week would ask me, who are the 2 people you shared the gospel with? And I remember even it just became a part of me, this is a lot of rejection. And as a junior in high school, going through the yearbook and calling every senior I knew, back then we had telephones and I'm just going, look, this is a super weird conversation, but I got to tell you what happened in my life when I was a sophomore and just started sharing the gospel. And so there's so many things we can do, even in relationship, when we talk about being the church and really being a body that's attractive. A lot of it is putting up with people, forgiving them, bearing with one another in order to be part of a beautiful church. So there's a lot of sacrifices we make. I don't want anyone to think, oh, it just kind of happens to us passively. No, it is a ton of work, a ton of sacrifice, a ton of heartache, and a ton of humbling yourself. If we really want to make him known.
Yeah, that is so good. That is so good. I often challenge people, just who's in your friend group, who's challenging you, and who, if you're the most spiritual person in your friend group, you need a bigger friend group, right? If nobody is ever challenging you, calling you out. I love you talking about David and seeing him memorizing scripture and how there's always more. And I always think about, we sometimes settle, right? We settle for average kind of American or westernized or wherever we live Christianity instead of the standard of Jesus, right? It's sheep following sheep instead of sheep following a shepherd. And so I just think that's a challenge for all of us. And to that point of you talking about the phone and back when there was phones, what was it like to go to school by horseback?
It was rough. We actually only had a donkey. And so I just, the way I was teased from they call it a little horse.
Thank you for going with that. Appreciate it. Hey, Francis, we love you. Man, this group, man, we're all inspired by you. And so we just want to honor you and thank you. Hey, thanks for joining us for Conversations with Nick Hall. Make sure you like and subscribe and register for Together 22 at the Cotton Bowl. It's going to be insane. And by the way, it's free.
Oh.
It's incredible. Speaking of incredible things, we got some chicken ice cream here to try. Guys, take one. We're going to try this. If you've never had a chicken ice cream before, this is the Lord's favor on your life.
I'm so nervous.
I'm nervous too.
Dominique, you want to hold one? You can just take it. Let me see.
Lord, thanks
See
for
what
this
we got
food.
there.
I pray the blessing on them.
Yeah, bless it.
Bless the hands that
I mean, this one's like a. My one looks like
smells
a
like
fried
chicken,
chicken strip. So we got a little.
Hey, don't it smell like chicken?
Oh,
we gone. Hey,
I can't even get it.
I can't bite it in.
Oh,
That is
Yo, this gas.
I don't like
seriously
that.
pretty good though.
I can't
Like
bite
when you get into it, like
I didn't think it actually tastes like chicken.
I'll go break my
I don't like
you gotta
it.
get into the ice cream.
Hey, yo.
You gotta get into the ice cream.
I
This
think
is.
this is
I
cornflakes.
can't.
Does it taste like cornflakes?
Yeah, it does.
Got a cornflake
Yeah.
in here. Y'all see a cornflake?
Hey guys, thanks for joining us for Conversations with Nick Hall. Make sure you join us at Together 22. Again, like and subscribe. Hit the comments below. Let us know if you've had ice cream chicken. Come on, it's not bad.
Y'all go try it.
I hope they got that.
I haven't been able to bite it in yet.
I was like, I have to.
I broke my tooth.